In May 1943, we have reached the borders of Murmansk. Unfortunately, it turns out that the Soviet troops garrisoning the city are too powerful for our exhausted divisions, and as such, we cannot push any further at this point. We do, however, may have a chance to take the port of, or the naval base at Petsamo, and then connect it from the railway line that we are controlling, and as such managed to bring some supply via train from the capital. In the south, we are starting to see an increasing amount of American troops joining the fight, and this is worrying because while the Germans are holding on here, having these fresh troops joining in is not going to, and they seem to be very eager for a fight, is not going to make our life here any easier. We currently can't collapse this pocket, which mostly consists of Polish and British divisions, because we just don't have the firepower, and we're mostly just short on equipment. We have begun an increased air campaign over the upper Baltic Sea. Unfortunately, the British are bringing Spitfires up. I don't know from where exactly they're operating. It could be that the island of Öland has an airport on it, which would be very unfortunate, because I was hoping that by pushing them back into Poland and by taking out the air, it could be that they're operating out from the airbase near Gdansk, but yeah, we don't know for sure. So I'm not sure the Germans will be able to hold on here. We have a fallback line. We're currently defending at Königsberg, but the southern forces are completely exhausted. There's absolutely no way for them to make any headway and support the Germans in these fights, as unfortunate as it is. So if they cannot hold on to Allenstein, then, well, not an awful lot we can do about it. So for now, our focus is going to be on continuing naval strikes, and I think, why am I not seeing it on the map? I think we have a port strike result, but okay, can't see it, doesn't matter. So we will continue operating naval strikes. The question has come up as to and why am I having this 5th Army Division here? I am entirely uncertain, but we'll leave it here. It's not that the 5th needs it right now. Questions have been raised, why am I not sending the Marines in? Well, as you've seen in the last episode, there is the whole French Navy parked here. So no, we would just get the transport sunk, and there's not an awful lot we would gain out of that other than 2 lost divisions. So they will remain in place. They are ready to attack the island if it becomes necessary. But until then, we're just going to keep working on the airstrikes. Now, our supply situation is getting better. We are starting to replace our old trains with, and I think, can we see that here? Trains. Unfortunately, yes. So we've got 17 armored trains up by now, which are going to, and we're producing 1.5 a week, so 3 every 2 weeks. So hopefully in a couple of months we will be in a better position. These things are expensive, but they can defend themselves against air attacks, which is quite essential. So hopefully that situation is going to get itself solved. But in the north, given that we have absolutely no supply, the first thing we're going to be doing, and I actually don't think I want to attack the Soviets here. I think I want to go around the Soviets here. The first thing we're going to be doing is trying to just occupy more territory, and to see if we can manage to break through towards. And actually, I might redirect some forces here. We've got 1 division coming in from the south. Yeah, we just need to make sure we're leaving the front line reasonably large. But the idea is to work our way towards the port at Petsamo, and see if we can just take the territory of the Soviets wherever it's empty. I think here we can move in. And we're just holding the line here in the south, because I don't want to advance here. I just want to make sure we're not breaking anywhere. They're not breaking through anywhere. So I think I've reorganized most of the troops here. We're trying to avoid fights and just break through and control the territory around them wherever possible. So that's what's going on. Everybody's on the move, and we will keep a close eye onto where the Soviet divisions are going. We do have the Eisenbahnbatterie 712 to lend supporting fire on the siege against Murmansk. If necessary, we'll place it further forward once the lines become once the railroad becomes available. Communist China claims Indochina. Okay, everybody claims Indochina at this point. How are the Japanese doing on the other side? Not great. They have been encircled around Hong Kong, and I think they are getting pushed back in the north here quite a bit. Have they crossed the strait? No, they have not crossed the strait, but they seem to have contained the incursion in the Dutch East Indies mostly, although they are not yet holding all the territory. And France has, it looks like the Allies have overrun Siam, unfortunately. So, yeah, well, it is what it is. On the Soviet front, they're making further inroads towards Moscow, but hopefully the Americans can focus some of their efforts over there rather than trying to break our lines here. But we will see. How's the air situation over the Baltic? Air situation over the Baltic is not great because we are losing some planes, and that is mostly due to the fact that we are and this disrupts unfortunately our operations here. Mostly due to the fact that we're using wooden frames rather than non-wooden frames. Okay, we have sunk a convoy, which is unfortunate. I want to sink warships, but it gives you a bit of an idea of the kind of force that we're facing here. Have we done some damage? We've done some damage to the Algerie, so that's a good one. And that's another convoy battle that I did not particularly want. I think I'm going to stop the naval strikes, and we're just focusing on the port strikes. And we are starting to see Mark II Larkas. I think these were fighters, yes. So we can start getting another fighter wing up. And obviously this one needs to start. Do we still have? Yeah, we should be okay. And needs to start training up. And yeah, we've got 100 fighters up in the air, but obviously against 400 Spitfires, that is a bit of a losing battle. But they're mostly escorting, so and our close air support can to some degree defend itself. Okay. Let's get back to the more critical northern front, where we really need to get our supply sorted, and I think we need to start building railways towards that port if this is anything we want to see happening. So I'm going to prioritize that once more. I do need to keep one eye on the situation in the south, especially with the American troops now starting to attack us across the lines here. The British as well are starting to assault us now. It looks like they are trying to. Okay, but this is actually something we need to keep an eye on. It looks like they are trying to breach, to close the breach here around Wilno, and we do have to make sure they're not breaking through. But it might give us an opportunity. Let's see if we have a chance here. If we support that assault, if we have a chance here to. We have a chance here to close the gap. Okay, Maintenance Company 3 is done. That is great, because that gives us 15% equipment capture ratio. So I'm immediately, I know this is ahead of time, but I'm immediately going to start Maintenance 4. Or is there anything else urgent that we need? We could get the night attack. We could get that going. We've got AA3, and we've kind of have anti-tank, but we're not really in any position to build anti-tank. We're not in any position to build AA either. Planes are still ahead of time, so we're just going to stick with the 1940s model. We are researching radar tech at this point, but I think industry techs are mostly good. I could get myself another rubber, which might be good. So that's something we can do as well. Maybe we'll do that first. So let's get that underway. We have we're doing minor damage to enemy shipping, but you see there's also a Dutch, like the whole Dutch fleet is sitting around here as well, which is really irritating. Okay, we do have to keep an eye here and see if we can collapse this. If we can collapse this pocket, that would be great if we could, because then I can complete the southern defensive line. See if we can get ourselves in there. Maybe the Americans have brought them. Okay, that just didn't go away. Maybe the Americans have brought a bit too much enthusiasm, and I think that is the case, because I think we are about to collapse this line. Now I do have to go slow here because I have to make sure that our northern operations don't go awry, and that the Soviets are starting to defend here. I am just gonna push up towards Murmansk now. I don't know where that other division was going. There were 2 divisions in Murmansk, so while everybody else is moving into position, we've got another port strike. Some more damage to some Dutch ships. That's actually not bad. And we haven't had any losses, so I don't know if they can manage to repair these ships in time. I'm going to ignore the Germans here for now, but if we can close off this pocket, that'll significantly weaken the Allied forces in this area. And unfortunately, they are retreating towards Poland and not north into the pocket, which would have been great. But I think if we can pull this off, this would be definitely worth the time. We've lost an ace pilot and we've promoted an ace pilot. That is good. More port strikes. Yeah, we might be able to, and that's probably if we look around, they're all starting to be a little worse for wear, but nowhere near being sunk yet. So this is just gonna go on for quite a while still. Okay, let's see if we can manage to break these dug-in Polish divisions here, and I think they have they are powerful, but I think they are now outnumbered to the point where we can wear them down. And yeah, one is running, one is already retreating. That leaves 1 division, so I think we can manage to close the pocket. And then I'm just going to defend for a while, I think, just to make sure. And yeah, the Germans have lost Allenstein, just to make sure that that the encircled divisions are going to starve. So hopefully we will have sufficient divisions in the closing area. Yep, they are counterattacking. And I think I have divisions on the defense here that should still allow us to make the move and get into position, entrench, and then hopefully these yeah, there we go. Okay, so we've got these divisions in the line. Let's delete that front line. Sorry, let's delete that front line there, and we are just going to start attacking them, because otherwise everyone's going to start moving off. And now this is a little chaotic, but I think this division needs to stay. Okay. These divisions in the south are just going to hold for now, and everybody else is going to work on the encircled division here. And we can also assist from this direction. So once we've got these defeated, move on to the other side. And I think that would be a construction 5 is done. Nice. That would be a major victory here. The Germans are getting pushed back, so the Königsberg line is going to become interesting at times. And Grodno is coming under increased assault from multiple directions. We are trying to fortify, but of course, as the fighting goes on, we have a lot. We do have to be a little careful now with the front lines. So I'm gonna make sure that these are okay. So we're just going to properly align the front lines here. No. I can't even see where that ends. Okay, it ends here. So we're going to extend. These 10 divisions are holding that line. Everybody else holds this line. And please make sure that... Okay, that would be doubling up. So that is correct then. Okay, It looks weird, but it seems not to have left a gap. Okay, so everybody here is in position. And I just need you to stop moving around and dig in where you are in your respective front lines. These divisions on that line, these divisions on that front line. I think we can actually get the... these are 2nd Army divisions. I think we can get the 2nd Army divisions to take on a little bit more of the front line. And we'll just, because this is only 10 divisions in the south here. No, I just need to get that front line shortened, if possible. There we go. Okay. And then these divisions are going to go on that front line. You stay on that line. You just defend Grodno. And everybody in the north, once they are done with mopping up, yeah, you'll hold this for now. Once they're done with mopping up Grodno in the north, then not Grodno, the encirclement, Wilno. The Wilno encirclement in the north, then we'll deal with everything else. Okay, research. I'm doing this one, so this one's freed up, so I may as well start with a maintenance 4. It's ahead of time, but we'll get through it. And we still haven't sunk anything, but we are still, we're doing some good damage now on the enemy shipping. I think we will start seeing some ships hopefully being sunk in the future. How does it look on the northern front? Okay, the lines are still static around Murmansk. It looks like the Soviets are not moving, in which case we are just going to push north carefully and see if... fortunately, everything moves extremely slowly here in the north, so we'll push them north carefully. And I think we have more divisions here than the Soviets, so I think we might be able to just encircle and destroy if necessary. And everybody here is moving into positions. Counterattacks from probably the Americans again. And everybody needs to dig in. And yes, it's the Australians at this point. They might be trying to rescue their Suwałki is starting to come under attack from Polish divisions. Okay. So they're definitely at the defense line now. It's good that we've held we're holding the Königsberg line for now. Grodno is something that worries me a little bit. Are we building? Yes, we are building land forts at what is this? This should be Grodno, right? Where is that construction? Because I would like to prioritize that. Is it this one? Yes. Okay, that needs to happen. That is priority. So whenever they're not fighting, we don't want to lose the position in Grodno. Whenever they're not fighting. But we will strengthen the lines once we've wiped out these divisions here. And then things will be getting a little easier, hopefully. So we'll get more divisions here on the lines. And hopefully we'll start capturing some equipment. Let's take a quick look. We're actually good on trucks at this point, I think. So I think we can prioritize weapons production over trucks. And maybe even artillery. Because we got a good amount of trucks now. So hopefully we will start seeing slight increases. We are working down our deficit in infantry equipment as well. Artillery is what worries me a little, because that's what gives us basically our fighting powers. These encircled divisions here, we're not managing to break them just yet. So let's just keep attacking them for now. No. Just keep assaulting them. I know they're fortified. It's just to keep them in position. And I am going to give these divisions here a temporary front line, just so they don't move off. So these 5 divisions are going to stay on this line here. And we're just going to close it from the other side. We're defending. Yep, okay, we've closed it from the other side. So now everyone can assault. And these divisions, once they have regained some organization. Oh, this looks a little sketchy here. We do need an addition. Yeah, we are sending in an additional division and see if that, because they've lost their entrenchment from the sudden reorganization here. So, okay, We are attacking them now. We'll bring in some divisions from the south, and we'll bring in these guys once they actually have some organization back. This is going to be a hard one because we are fighting them in fortified positions, but they are out of supply, and we'll just extend the lines a little bit from all directions, and you as well, and they will be worn down. Continued fighting around Grodno. Grodno worries me, like I said, but we will get additional divisions onto this line once this pocket is destroyed. We have lost another couple of naval bombers, and any ships starting to look like they're about to be sunk. I think we will be overwhelming the dockyards in this island, to be honest, because we're starting to do some significant damage here. So that's good. How's the north looking? Okay, the Soviets are now counterattacking, and I think they've understood what we're trying to do. They have understood that we're trying to push towards Petsamo. So I think we will just have to hold, unfortunately at this point, just hold the lines. I don't think we can take Murmansk off them, and we are stretched. Okay, they've left this position empty, so let's take the fort here and just shorten everything a little. But I think the north is going to be going to be hard to hold. We'll just have to make sure that we are holding these mounted positions here. That would be ideal. So too late. The Soviets are marching in. Let's see if we can push them back out again, because I think they are at the edge of what they can do. And a quick look back at the southern lines. We are now starting to get assaulted. Okay, are the Soviets taking any kind of territory back? No, this is the British, actually. We are getting assaulted by Allied troops along the lines here, really. This might be due to the fact that they are about to lose their encircled divisions here, but once that is done, and I think they are about to, they're getting wiped out, that should be allowing us to significantly strengthen our lines in the south here, and hopefully just hold on for the time being, while the Germans are being pushed back towards Königsberg. Yeah, with the American reinforcements, I think there was really not more they could do. Okay, so we'll have to sort things out. These divisions are 4th Army divisions, so they will be moving. They should be moving back towards their front lines. This is a 5th Army division, and I think at this point I am just going to put them in the regular defensive lines. Where is the 5th is holding the north here. We'll just actually we've got the tank division and this one. Maybe we'll keep them. We'll keep them in Grodno as a reinforcement of this line here. We're starting to be engaged in Königsberg now. So the Allied with American reinforcements have started pushing the Germans back, but we'll try to hold the line here. We can always fall back to the north if things get wiped out. We do need to get the fortifications done, unfortunately. That is another ace pilot, nice. And we will try to keep using propaganda to improve our war support. We're starting to have some manpower, some results in terms of manpower. And we've got some more divisions from the 4th Army that can go onto their respective front lines. And the 1st is extremely weak at this point, so I think I am just going to use them to... Where are they? Oh, are they starting a naval invasion in Königsberg? Or maybe behind the lines? Where exactly are they planning to do that? Yeah, this could be here. So I'm going to re-provision the 1st into the line here to strengthen the Königsberg position. Okay. So First Army back on the lines. Everybody else is moving into position, and we're working on holding Grodno, and that gets us back to the north. Any ships sunk? No, but we are the Jakob van Heemskerk is probably down out for the count relatively soon. Okay, we'll try to hold onto the lines here, but the northern lines are don't do that. The northern lines are getting increasingly weak. They'll just hold here. We'll try to. Are there any resources? Not resistance, resources. There are resources in the north, so capturing this area is actually quite vital for us. The problem obviously being that, well, the Soviets are sending division in to counter us here. And I think I can delete this defense line at this point and just extend the front line along the river line here. Like this. And then we can add these divisions back onto the front line so everybody can get into positions. But we'll have to be a little careful. We'll see if we can defend here against Soviet incursions, but we do have to make sure that that area needs to be held if possible. And the biggest problem obviously is that we don't have supply. So yes, the Soviets have realized what we were trying to do and have countered our plans in the north. So do we have an airport in the area? I don't think we do. Can we construct one? Can we build an airbase in this area? We could. Let's try to get a level 2 airbase going. But I don't also have the planes right now, so I'm just going to leave that to it, and we will focus on fortifications for now. Sunk any? Not yet. Just keep racking up the damage. But fortunately, the aerial operations over the homeland seem to have ceased mostly. So that is good. And the assaults, why are we not having any divisions in Grodno? That I do not like. Just one division is not enough. Bring in more divisions, please. They might have been pushed back, but we're now sending some forces in to reinforce that. And we can now schedule the fortification of the front lines as well. This needs to be fortified. That needs to be fortified. This is behind a river line, so it can wait. And I think this area is already being fortified. Yeah, we're working already on the fortification here. We do need some fortifications along these lines for the future. And Vitebsk is being attacked consistently by American forces at this point. One thing I'm curious to see I wanted to check how many, how much equipment, especially in things like vital things like artillery, we are capturing. And for that, I actually need to look at our equipment details. Artillery. What do we have? A couple of Dutch, 2 British, 3 American artillery pieces. It's not a huge amount, but it's slowly trickling in. And if we are looking at infantry equipment, I don't know actually if things are completely efficient, or if the lack of support equipment actually hampers the efficiency of the equipment capture. But yeah, we will be holding the fort as it goes, and while we're working on getting the trains up to speed and working on getting these ships sunk. The north, this northern operation, I think, is not going to work the way I wanted it to. So we will see if we can. Hold the position against Soviet incursions, while sending everybody to the front lines. But pushing them back towards Kirkenes is going to be almost impossible, because they are holding the supply lines and they can resupply towards Murmansk through Murmansk without problems. So there's just absolutely nothing that we can do there. Okay, so let's get back to the south and see just to make sure everybody gets back and entrenched. Right now the heavy fighting is once again going to be the 4th. How are we supply wise? We do have supply hubs here. We may not need to use trucks here. Let's see how that looks like. I think we're good from these local supply hubs here. And everything else looks sane. There's a little bit of a gap here, but I'm not going to employ any trucks to make that happen. We might not need... Oh, we do need trucks to supply the south here. This obviously needs to be in trucks. This doesn't have the reach. And we have no supply hub in the north, which is our usual problem. So, yeah, I think we're going to try and hold positions here. We'll see if we can hold back against the Soviets just without supply in just entrenched positions. And this is kind of critical that we're not getting pushed out of here. So we do have to keep an eye that we're not getting our divisions encircled here. We are making a push through the south here, but I have my doubts. There's too many Soviet divisions. I have my doubts that we can actually manage to encircle anything here. I'm going to fall this division back and... the problem again, supply. We have none. And fighting without supply is extremely difficult. So yeah, we're getting pushed back here along the lines. So this is becoming very, very critical. And I think we will have to cancel the push towards Murmansk. Yes, this is unfortunate, but we cannot hold this. Pull back the front lines. We will try to hold this along the lines here. And create a fallback defensive line here. So I want... can we extend that? Extend that here, please. Okay, that is the... Okay, yeah, these positions need to be extended. Okay, so we're gonna get these divisions to fall back here. This division needs to fall back onto that line. This division goes on that line. That's 4 divisions. And the rest of them can be on the front lines. So let's hold what we can, but we need supply. It's without supply, we are not pushing the Soviets back. It was an attempt. It was an attempt at a surprise attack, but we were just short. If we had managed to take Murmansk, it might have worked. But we're too exhausted here and too much without supply that we are not capable of. Why are you going there? Stay here. That we're not capable of fighting effectively in the north here, which is very unfortunate because this is going to be very hard to recapture. But Soviets have sent reinforcements, and if we can't hold here, then we will just need to fall back once again and wait for a supply hub to become available. Let's keep an eye on the southern front here. Everyone is moving into position. I just want to make sure it's stable. But I think, yeah, the Germans have been pushed back. American troops in the field. And I think we'll just be defending here for now and try to figure some way out to support the operations in the north. I do need these divisions to fall back here before they get encircled. So everybody, please fall back as you can onto your lines and hold there, entrench and hold again for now, because Murmansk is supplied. Okay, Marines 3 is done, and I think on that we will leave it for today. A minor success at the front line. We have cleared the positions here. We are constructing, still constructing fortifications. They're currently no longer assaulting the Baltic states, so I am actually considering to build some more civilian factories for now. I'm okay on military factories, but it's the construction speed of things that's really hurting me. And where are they? Here. And I am going to start prioritizing these after the vital fortifications, and that should give us a little bit of more power to work with. Okay, that's it for me today. Thanks everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.